What's up, guys? Gotta get back into position. Bear was stealing a majority of the fucking spotlight.
As he does.
What?
So,
Hi guys.
It's a wild Tyree.
It is
I
wild
will be
Tyree.
running in and out.
Yeah.
But
So-
say hi to Get Bear. He loves you all.
he does.
Deeply.
Heart and soul in every hole.
Oh.
We have a ticker. We have
do.
we have a ticker.
we
We-
do.
We have a ticker.
No comment about filling the holes.
Look, I had to make up for the fact that you're going to be in and out. Cough. So,
Take your time, Tyree.
Hi, welcome.
better than a pillow.
Oh my God, what a great welcome! Thank you for joining, especially for your first time here.
Welcome to our February, which is all about love and Valentine's and other things. Yes, of course we understand. There's a host of other things going on. There's appreciation for Indigenous peoples.
It's Black History Month too.
It is Black History Month. Several different types of cancers and diseases and disorders are brought into awareness this month. We do understand. But, the elephant in the room is what we're going to be talking about this month. Hopefully you guys have seen the topics. They're floating around. We've got a digital flyer rolling around. But it is going to be on love spells, dopamine, and dumb decisions. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that throughout this month. These are topics that were picked by our charity auction winner.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Nicole Griffith had helped us with these topics. These are things that she had actually bought the ticket for. So we'll be going over those. So a little bit on the 15th, we will be doing the 200 series classes. Keep in mind, these are going to be a little bit more intensive. These are intermediate. So if you're taking the 100s and you would like to progress, 200s are coming up on the 15th. That's day after Valentine's Day. We wanted to make sure that everybody had the holiday if they celebrate it, or they had their Saturday if they didn't.
Yep.
But all day Sunday, we will be working with you guys on these 200 series classes. If you are interested, they are still up. You can still register. You can go to spiritmechanics.com and go to shop and then special events, and they are going to be listed. Or you can find the digital flyer that we have circulating around, and all of the links are posted there. Please, if you are doing the classes, let us know if you are going to be doing online or in person. We do need to know that. There may be a slight change to that as we approach. We're not positive as to whether or not schedules may shift as far as us being able to be here. So we will be letting you guys know. If we can't be here physically in the shop, we will, of course, still host all of this online, and you can still take your classes the same day on Discord.
Yep.
If you can't make it, you can obviously sign up for online and do over the Discord.
Yep. And to answer your question, you can do either in person or online. Just let us know which one it is that you're wanting to do. And it is highly advised that you take the 100 series first, just because coming in at the second stage is a lot. So it's essentially like taking 100s and 200s in college and you trying to jump to just the 200s. You're going to be sitting there going, what the fuck?
I mean, not to say that you can't take them if you would like to. Just understand that a couple people may understand the material a little bit better because they took the 100s. Mm-hmm. If you've been doing this kind of stuff for a while and just want a different perspective, or if you think you're far enough along to follow along with it, absolutely. We're not going to dismiss anybody at all.
No. And actually, 202 is my favorite class. Color theory is my favorite class, except for the one that I teach.
Spiritual color theory. Yeah, absolutely. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that. That's coming up the week after. So the weekend after, it's going to be the 21st and 22nd of February. We are going to be at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market. That's 1165 Center Parkway. We're going to be there both days. It's 11 to 5 both days. Please come out, see us, check things out. There's going to be a host of other people. A lot of them are actually usually here in the comments.
Mm-hmm. And it's always a great showing. It's always a lot of fun. We will also be posting at some point who you may or may not be seeing from the mechanics that'll be there.
I'm going to start doing that. And actually, I was thinking that one of the first official lives, because I needed to take a break from doing the quick word and everything for illness and travel and all that other stuff. But one of the first official lives, I'm actually working right now with talking with the mechanics and getting an idea of how we're going to progress this year. And as we always do, we're going to be 100% transparent with you about where the donations go that you guys give us, about where we're going to be, what we're going to try and accomplish. So I think we're going to do a community live here very soon once some of this stuff gets worked out.
Yeah. And then following that weekend on the 28th, Miss Joni Kahn is actually going to be teaching a pendulum class. The link for that will be up by the end of the weekend and circulating. I was trying to give a little bit more time for the 200 series first, just so we had a little bit more information. But it's a great segue, especially after you take the 200s, to take her class. And then in March, we'll be doing the 300s.
Yep. So it's going to be back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Now, April, in April, the first week, I will be literally AFK. I'm away from keyboard. I'm going to be turning my phone off. Spirit Mechanics is not going to exist the first week, at least on my end.
You can still get a hold of us. You just won't be able to reach Steve.
That is my birthday week, and that is always going to be my birthday present to me because I get bitched at when I don't take time.
True.
So
He does.
So all jokes aside, though, it's good for me to take the moment when I can actually take the moment. And by God, if it's my situation, I'm going to actually take the time. Emergencies, everything, you can obviously still get a hold of Pat, Tyree, Brian, Dustin. You can get a hold of us here on Spirit Mechanics Facebook.
Or the Google Voice.
Or the Google Voice. Or you can send us an email at info@spiritmechanics.com. Also, letting people know, due to, and it's nothing bad, it's just life changes and needing to adjust. Due to things shifting around for Mr. Dustin, Missy and Mandy are now going to be our contacts for the paranormal side. So at least until he can come back, he is still going to be greatly associated with things and still a part of things. You just won't be seeing him face to face. Yeah. So you'll be seeing more of the girls and a little bit less of Dustin until probably later in the year or even next year. But he is still here. He's still with us. He's still working. And the big thing is working. The poor dude is pulling 14 to 16-hour shifts a day. So right now he just can't donate the time to be out in the public events and things. So if you've been wondering where he's at, he's been killing himself at his job.
Shit.
But just letting you guys know, we do have a new Spirit Mechanics Paranormal email.
And that is smxparanormalteam@gmail.com. I will drop that in the comments That way, if anybody needs it, they have it. This is specifically for different types of investigations that you're looking for. If you're looking for a house cleansing, don't use this email, use the info email.
Yep.
This email is for, if you're wanting us to do like a private investigation, just to see kind of what's around your house. That's a really good email to use.
If you're wanting us to do a public location, so if you're interested in us coming and checking out your business or more public structures, different things like that, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
This is also if you have questions about our paranormal investigation classes, different things like that, or if you guys just want us to come and hang out during a paranormal investigation. So if you guys would like to book us to come out and spend time or anything like that during a public investigation, or if you would like us to be part of some kind of event, this is the one to actually email as far as paranormal investigation is concerned. This is also the email that you want to send us your evidence to. So if you have things like EVPs or photos or videos that you would like us to take a look at, please send it to the new SMX Paranormal email via attachment, and we'll take a look at it. We'll have a bunch of people take a look at it and be sure to get back to you as soon as we can on that. Trying to make things a little bit more structured because I sat down for a little bit and kind of over it.
Same.
So we're gonna make things work for you guys this year because I'm tired of it not.
And we'll keep y'all updated along the way. That's part of the reason why we're talking about this now. And we're probably going to have a massive community live sometime soon. Probably at the very least in the first half of the year.
Yeah. Once we get a couple more things a little bit more streamlined and figured out, probably in March is what I'm hoping for. If not, as soon as I get back from my time off in April. I think that currently does announcements, ?
Tyree, do you have any other announcements that you can think of?
I can't think of anything.
Cool.
All right. So
finally through announcements.
Sorry, guys. I know it was a little bit of an info dump, but, we always try to be as transparent and open about our activities as possible. We don't want to be those people that, oh, no, we're telling you this, but we're actually fucking around and doing other bullshit in the background. Nah, it ain't nobody got time for that shit. Either sit down or get out of the way, But moving forward, so this month's topics: love spells, dopamine, and dumb decisions. See, all of those things literally run together. And the first thing that we're actually going to talk about, of course, is love spells. This is tonight's topic. It's the same as the title for the month. We'll be talking about some interesting things next week, too. But love spells, for anybody that actually decides that they're a good idea, you shouldn't.
They backfire.
They backfire if they're done improperly, and if they're done properly, you're an awful individual. I am going to say that to each and every person's face that is actually watching this, and I'm not taking it back. Get offended if you need to.
Just giving everybody a moment to actually leave the live if you are a fan of love spells, or you're more than welcome to sit and listen to why we have the opinions that we do. But, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You had your chance. So, love spells, everybody thinks they're harmless. They're definitely not. They're actually the closest thing, and trigger warning for a lot of people, because I'm going to be using a lot of harsh terminology during this particular live because it's necessary. This is the closest thing to metaphysical rape that you can actually accomplish outside of summoning and utilizing succubi and incubi. And guess what? Certain love spells actually do that. So you're killing two birds with one stone and being a fucking disgusting individual as a result. What does a love spell actually do? It takes away the ability to think clearly and properly utilize free will. If a person can't say no to you, then they love you, correct? If a person doesn't choose you, well, they should, shouldn't they? A person is an object, not an individual. What you want is more important, isn't it? Using love spells really shows the character of the individual. And anybody who actually condones them has no idea because they've never been hit by one, or they've never actually performed one.
Taking a momentary pause for some comments because I started to laugh a little bit at the comments. It started with Tiff going, "Lord, those are messy. American Horror Story got it right." Because yeah,
Truth.
and Dad swooped in with, "I love my wife's love spell that she put on me." And then Jake jumped in and said, "Hey," and then Dad said, "Okay, never mind." That's why I've been trying not to laugh because I read that comment section right there and just fucking like
Oh, it's amazing.
had to choke.
It's amazing. As we got Gimp Bear in the back talking about this. But
you're right. The whole thing with love spells, it does take the free will out from the other person. And if that person, or if you don't want that person to say no to you, then that's actually worse than a slave owner. If you want to look at it American history wise, that's worse than a slave owner.
I mean, it's pretty bad because that's literally what you're doing is you're indenturing them to you. They have to earn their freedom by doing what it is that you say.
Oh no, Jake! I knew you were saying "hey" as in "hi." Just the stack is what made me giggle.
It just one after the other.
Because you were like "hi," and I'm like, "Oh no! what a time to swoop in." Please continue.
But the big thing here is, depending on the level of love spell that's actually being used, it could be something as small as this person loves me and only me, and forcing that out into the universe to do as it will. To literal, and I'm not joking on the severity of this, there are certain practitioners that go this far, but even to the point of sacrifice, to the point of sacrificing, or even if they don't do the deed of sacrifice, getting things like fresh animal parts, different things like that, specifically hearts to use. Once again, we're going into things that were asked for. So I am being as detailed as I possibly can without equipping you guys with the means of doing this shit. But there are bodily fluids, we will put it that way, that can be used. And usually are with a lot of intense love spells. Even to the point of certain types of darker thought practitioners using literal skin, fingernails, hair of, other individuals in order to accomplish this. There's a lot of heinous ways, and there's been an evolution of stupid over the years, because now you can go to Fiverr and get someone to do this for you for, $20-$30. They'll give you a love spell.
Please, for the love of fuck, do not come to us after you have gone to an Etsy witch or a TikTok witch and paid for a fucking love spell.
I will tell you to float openly. I will tell you to float, and what I mean by that is get buried or rise above it, because I don't sink or swim. Eventually, survival instinct's going to kick in and you're going to get to where you're going to go. No, you better rise above it, because if you don't, I'll let you drown. I am not a fan of love spells. Free will should always be a thing. Choice should always be a thing. And for those that have to feel the need to control another person to feel better about themselves, you're a fucking awful individual.
And while we're talking about this, also, do not come to us to write you a spell.
We will not.
I'll laugh at you.
We will not write you a love spell. We will not assist with a love spell.
Any spell at that.
Now, any spell,
That's circumstantial.
that's circumstantial.
Love
but
spells?
Love spells,
Fuck no.
definitely. That's a no-go at all. That anything that is going to damage somebody's life or, have them lose their identity, no, fuck yourself on that. Go find your own identity and fix yourself before you ask about that stupid shit.
Because here's the thing with a love spell. When you start one, no one ever wants to think about the end of it. What happens if you get tired of that person or if they completely change? Because that's what happens with a love spell. They cease to be who they were and they become what it is you wanted them to be, which are two totally separate things. And oftentimes anybody that comes to you for a love spell, they're not actually wanting what it is that they're asking for. What they're wanting is attention. And actually, Shelley has it right. Love spells are a way to end up on Dateline.
Yup.
They're dangerous for you and the person you cast them on. And honestly, if you're the one that does the casting for other people, listen, that's not my practice, and I'm not necessarily going to judge, but
this is the only thing, everything has its place. That was something I was taught. That's something that I teach my students. Everything has its place. Every practice, every spell, every known thing. Love spells are the one thing that I will always come down on people for. That is like my one of my biggest fuck offs is if I hear someone touting that they're this love spell expert. I was like, wow, you should probably go to a therapist and quit ruining people's lives to find purpose in your own.
catching up on a couple of comments. Tiff said if you absolutely have to use a sweet jar, they still have free will and it softens them up enough for you.
Now that's one thing. That's not a love spell. That's not a love spell. That's getting negativity out of the way. There's a big difference there. You're not affecting the person themselves, their ability to choose. You're making it easier for them to find out who you are. Actual witchcraft from an actual witch.
And then Dad said, I posted the my wife thing and then the metaphysical rape thing got dropped. So, oops.
Damn, I was trying to be cute. And here it is. The pitchforks and torches came out.
Tiffy said it's all the sauce.
Now Jake is what got me.
Oh, Jake's to get me too.
I almost busted out laughing.
Jake said, love spells sound like more work than doing it normally. Let's just make it simple. Legalize prostitution. Bam. Problem solved.
I mean, it's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Dad responded to Tiff and said, that's what she said. About that's what's in the sauce.
Oh my God. Jake and Gimp Bear. That is the current campaign ballot.
I'm here for that.
Gimp Bear and Jake for president and vice president 2028.
You can pick which one is which.
Aren't they interchangeable in certain circles?
Shit.
Oh, just kidding, Bob. Promise.
And hello, Shay. Yeah, obsession isn't great and doesn't equal love. Correct. And Tiffy said, Jeebs, I need to host a jar workshop. Actually, that'd be a really fucking good idea.
Actually, yeah. I mean, we got 300 levels coming up in March.
And then said it would be 75% me bitching in the morning before I tell you a damn thing. So here's this. Yeah. I mean, hell, that's like half of our classes.
That's literally half of our classes.
But
Here's the disclaimer. Here's not to fuck off, and here's how not to hurt yourself.
mm-hmm. And I'm avoiding this question because it's going to take a second to answer it.
Okay.
So I'll come back to it. But
Talking about dads?
Yep.
Okay.
Keith said spirit and universe has a way of, quote, finding balance, end quote, might start the karma train. Choo choo. Bing fucking oh.
Yes, sir.
I'll
So-
be back, guys.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
You sure you
gotcha.
don't want to stay for this?
Well, he's
For Dad's question?
Uh-huh.
Well, see, that's just it. I wouldn't mind a zombie because they're always stiff.
Motherfucker.
Jesus. We have a ticker. We have a ticker. We have a ticker.
So, serious question. Why would someone want a zombie as a partner?
People, and this is psychology. This isn't opinion. This isn't, metaphysics. People need something in their lives. Most people, anyway. I'm not going to say everybody, but most people need something in their lives that they can control. Usually because they're damaged from incidents when they're younger, family. They're basically seen as inferior. They feel as though they're inferior, and some people need to be able to control someone. If they've been damaged, they've been hurt, they've been, taught that love is something that is problematic, or relationships are abusive, different things like that. Of course, they're going to want a zombie. Then it's what they say when they say it, how they say it. There's no conflict. There's no challenge. There's no chance of that person wanting to leave, at least on the outside. And it's awful. And a lot of people get into love spells because they want to know what it is to actually be loved. So they want to force feed somebody a fairy tale idea that they have and completely bypass consent. That's essentially what it is. What people don't realize is it's not a conscious thing. Love spells don't smack the conscious mind. They subdue the subconscious mind. Those nagging feelings of, why am I doing this? This, or even the direct intuition, this doesn't feel right. Why am I here with this person? I never agreed to this. Why am I doing this? I never would have said these things, or never would have been around these people. And the entire time, the subconscious mind is screaming. The person is literally locked inside their own head, and their heart belongs to somebody else because they can't control it. So it's literally like watching yourself in a first-person view, but watching yourself commit crimes, or be a slave, or be, in a horror film. You're basically Stepforded. And it's awful. It's painful to a certain degree. After a while, if the person is able to find enough of their will to start to break through that spell, their psyche is damaged. And I don't mean, they get their fifis hurt, or they wind up getting, upset. No, their psyche fucking breaks, because who they are finally comes out, and who they've been can't be undone. So they're two very different people now in one mind.
And in order to help fix that, there's a couple of things that have to be done. First of all, if the person is strong enough to actually break through it, if there's not a fucking kill switch, because a lot of the times people that build those, they go pretty far. At least to me, the way that they look is like somebody literally fish hooked somebody's heart. There are no other fate threads. It's just that single shroud of black. And it's disgusting. Because it literally changes not only that person, but anything that they could potentially be doing in the future. Any choices that they may make, it is solely based on someone else, and it's sad. So, breaking out of it, because Steve's right. Not only does it begin to break the psyche down, if they're strong enough to actually break through it, there's a heady chance that they could shatter their whole fucking chakra system. Because sending one into a storm is likely to send a couple of others, and breaking through something like that is going to do a lot of damage to your spiritual body because you're having to undo someone else's spell work.
And this is not something that is easily done. You know, you can't just quick like a Band-Aid this shit away. That is multiple weeks, even months, sometimes even years, depending on how severe the spell was, of actual recovery.
And how long they were under it.
People don't understand. You start to literally, you're indoctrinated. It's like breaking free of a cult, because technically you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally, Mansoned.
Yeah.
You're literally Charles Manson.
And that actually is a really good distinction in the comments. And I will go back up and read the others, but this is one that we do need to make as a distinction. We are, at the current moment, and have so far on the rest of the live, been talking about love spells being done on someone else. Because what Shelly posted was, when people ask me about love spells, I tell them to do self-love spells. Work on your own love first.
That's it.
And that's why I wanted to make that distinction, because that is a really good fucking point.
Yep. We're talking about, as she said, we're talking specifically about finding love through force. We're not talking about self-love spells, which we can actually talk about here in a minute.
Yeah. I really wanted to make that distinction while it was in the comments, because it was a really good point.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we actually made that distinction yet. So, CYA.
Yep. Safe.
Let's see. So scrolling back up, unfortunately, Tyree got a couple of really good, nices for that fucking stiff comment.
Oh, 100%.
It was good.
Look, it's a Spirit Mechanics Live, and
we have a ticker.
We have a ticker.
It's fine.
Yep. So
y'all knew what this was.
And if you didn't, welcome to the circus.
Yeah. For those of you that this is your first time watching us, love you for it.
Absolutely. And understand that we're typically not this serious on things. Usually we're a lot more lax. It's just this particular topic, one, is a rough ass topic. And two, you guys need to understand that we are serious.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of dangerous things that you can do with a love spell.
And Keith said, my last 9-month lesson, took my control back, found my freedom from the chains. Fuck yeah, man. Good for you. For real.
Let's go, my guy.
Tiffy said, it reminds me of how I felt before I got out of a particular friendship. And fair on that shit. Once again, serious question. Is it like the succubus episode of South Park?
Actually, yeah. It's pretty close to that. Of course, South Park is a little bit exaggerated because cartoon and hilarious. But, yeah, especially if one's called in as a catalyst. The person literally has no idea. They're completely blindsided. Actual meaning. They're literally blindsided. They have absolutely no understanding that anything is out of the ordinary, or that there is some kind of problem that they're changing drastically. They don't see it. The entire world, aside from them, even people that aren't familiar with them, will see it and see the struggle when there's a contradiction to what it is that they've been told. But as far as the person that they're talking to, no, they're a fucking automaton.
That's sad. He said it's a very, very dark inside that box they put you in. And Tiff said it's part of the reason I'm such a jaded hermit, and Keith agreed. Renee said it's such a mind fuck. And here's another question.
Mm-hmm.
But is doing a love spell on yourself taking your own free will away?
No, because you're choosing to do it on yourself. Now, there is a clear distinction between a casted love spell and one that you do for you. Notice how I'm putting that. A love spell that is done for you by you, and one that is casted on another person. When you are casting your particular thoughts, opinions, ideals onto somebody and forcing them to accept that as reality, that's fucked up. However, you reaffirming for yourself that you deserve love, that you're worthy of it, that you are loved by outside people in healthy ways, that is 100% your choice. It's literally allowing you to get past your own negativity and see the fact that you are capable of being loved and capable of loving. The biggest reason there is, once again, you are choosing to do that for yourself, not for. I am doing this for me because I love me. I am going to show myself what it is that love can actually bring. That's completely safe, and honestly, it's the same thing as doing motivational meditations or affirmations or anything else. It's literally what you're doing when you give yourself affirmations. You're literally casting love spells on yourself. That's literally what you're doing. Life is pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it is. It's literally the same thing, but there's no kind of lockdown of your brain. Now, can you choose to do that shit to yourself? Yes, I wouldn't recommend that. There are a couple of people that I know that have done that to themselves to the point where they forgot what things they've enchanted themselves with. So you got to be real fucking careful. And if you're going to do that to your own mind, you need to have a better reason than I just don't want to. But as far as love spells are concerned, no. If you are willingly accepting of what it is that you yourself are deciding to do for yourself, then that's just making a good choice. As long as you're not like, well, I'm not going to see the world for what it is because toxic positivity is exactly where we need to go. You're going to be okay.
Renee said, love yourself first so you can love someone else right. Keith agreed with it. And succubi suck, just saying, not meant as humor.
Truth.
Yeah, they can be kind of dangerous. Jake said, and for the record, if I chose Gimp Bears over Mini C as my running mate, Mini C would never speak to me again.
Look,
Fair.
I would say that Mini C would be a good, minister of defense.
Actually.
Yeah. I mean, chaos and such.
We're actually kind of building this, and
The mythos is starting to grow.
It is. And for those of you that don't know who Mini C is, please check out Jake's page because Mini C is adorable and always makes rounds around Scarefest.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you just told Jake he would just gurgle and Eldridge bullshit, pretty much. But Keith said makes sense.
Absolutely. And it's okay. Be aware of what you're doing when you do it, and you're going to be okay.
Be smart, make good choices. And if you want to sit underneath the full moon with, some water and some rose petals naked in the middle of a forest, rock the fuck on.
I mean, get shit going.
Yeah.
That's your business.
But moral of the love spell story. If you wouldn't want someone to do that shit to you, don't do it to other people.
I mean, guess what?
Golden rule, bitches.
It does always come back to it, doesn't it, ladies and gents? But yeah, it the danger in love spells is they are blindingly simple. That's what makes them dangerous. Is the fact that anybody and everybody can do that shit, and they don't need much. There's been a couple of comments talking about obsession specifically, and that's the key factor. Literally, that's literally the key factor in love spells is obsession. You are wanting someone to obsess over you the way that you obsess over them. Now, does that sound healthy at fucking all?
It's how you end up on Dateline.
Yep, that comment was made up here. Yeah. That's exactly how that works.
Because you do very quickly go from a stage 1 and jump to stage 5 pretty fucking quick.
Talking about cling.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder. Now, I'm not saying that everybody associated with these kinds of crimes are, bewitched by a fucking love spell. That is not what I'm saying. I'm throwing that disclaimer out before I say these things. But talking about Dateline and, the progression of things, it makes you wonder when people talk about crimes of passion, if it's not actually, especially the intense violence in some of them. Because you have to think about that person breaking free and realizing that they're literally being held hostage. They're being held captive. A love spell is like walking around with shackles and a ball and chain everywhere you go. Not being able to eat, breathe, take a piss, function without someone's permission. It's rough, y'all. I don't understand why people pursue it. I really don't. Well, I do, but I don't.
And for those of you that rewatch this and go, oh my God, well, everybody's practice is their own. That may be the fucking case. However, you're on our live and these are our fucking opinions.
True enough. This is not something I'm going to argue with anybody about. If you do condone practicing or weave love spells, that's your business. Don't tell me. I wouldn't recommend it. And you have every right to disagree. You can just do it somewhere else. Told y'all I was going to start being more honest with you, at least more upfront as far as the way I feel about things this year. So there it is on the table. I don't condone abuse of any kind, and this is some of the worst of it. If you do, I'm going to continue to say things that you'll regret.
Now, if you have had a love spell done on you, we will always do our best to do anything we can to help.
That's one of the things that we do actually specialize in is breakdowns of curses, hexes, spell work. That's literally the bread and butter of several of us in spirit mechanics. We've trained extensively, done research extensively to be able to help people through those kinds of things and to do it properly. Of course, and this is me as a practitioner that actually is a spiritual surgeon that actually specializes in hypnotic triggers, different types of love spells, suggestions, compulsions, things like that, as far as breaking them down and helping people through them. I am going to be suggesting you see a fucking therapist. If you don't like that idea, that's okay. It's your choice. It's your life. However, if you come to us and you have those kinds of things going on, I am going to suggest it. Probably every single time I see you until you submit to that.
And part of the reason for that, guys, is the fact that there's a lot that happens spiritually, and then there's a lot that's reflected mentally and physically. It's a lot to recover from. It's essentially recovering from an extremely abusive narcissistic relationship, and it takes time. It took time to get there. It's going to take time to get through that. We'll be there for you as much as we can, but we're not licensed therapists.
That's the one. I mean, you're literally Stockholmed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. You are abused and mentally destroyed to the point where you believe everything that your abuser, your captor, actually says. And if you live it long enough, even if the spell wears off because the person either lets it go or gets lazy and doesn't feed it, you're still going to believe it because it's conditioned, it's ingrained.
So that's another question that I'm going to pose. Let's say somebody's watching this and has done this and now has had a change of heart because they have listened to what it is that we have said. I'm going to hold out hope for that shit because, God damn it, I need it. How, if you have cast a love spell or paid for a love spell, does one undo that bullshit?
So here's the bad news for those of you that like a third party to do your spells for you. You can't undo that. That is not your spell that was cast. It might have been cast on your behalf, but you weren't the one that cast that. And even if you give up your end of it, that doesn't fucking matter.
Is that what starts stalking?
Do what?
Is that what starts the stalking?
Oh no,
because you can't get rid of them.
Yeah, on that end, yeah. And I changed my mind. I want to get rid of it. Okay. Well, it's up to that particular person that actually cast the spell to begin with if they're going to let it go.
Do your own dirty work, bitches. Fuck.
And that's even if they know how.
Yeah.
A lot of these Etsy witches, TikTok witches, a lot of these people that are, influencers trying to get a little bit of attention doing these kinds of spells. That's it.
So
What was that?
we momentarily actually had to reconnect because we lost the connection to the live.
Neat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's neat. Well, someone watching this is either affected or is in trouble. But the big thing here is when you, and it's not just love spells, it's any spell. When you ask other people to cast spells for you, you are literally asking them to take on the responsibility of that spell, of feeding it, of taking care of it, and the backlash. So here's the problem with that. Most practitioners that are fly-by-nights don't know that they're doing that. And when their life starts to get affected because all they've done is love spells like a dumbass for all these other people that they never know for a quick buck, and these other people went, oh, that was stupid, I need to let go of that, or wow, this person wasn't what I really wanted, or I did a horrible thing, I should probably come clean. All that comes back on that other practitioner. And it ain't pretty. Mm-mm. You can always tell someone that's done dirty shit. There's one thing for darker practitioners, and what it is they do. There's a place for everything, and there's balance in all things. But there's a difference between dark and dirty practices and dark and dirty people. People are what make shit evil. People are what make bad decisions that get people hurt. And it's literally just like a gun. A gun is going to sit there on a fucking table and do nothing to anybody until it's picked up and used. So the big thing here is yeah, 100%. You can't undo it if you have someone else do it. It's their responsibility. Here's the next thing. is if that person just gets tired of it and doesn't take care of it. Yeah, I cast it. I didn't really do anything after that. I just kind of left it to its own devices. That's when you get the stalking shit that Tyree was talking about. Because now it's literally in the breeze as to what's happening. There's no one stating what should happen. There's no kind of management of the spell. And because of that, it goes in full chaos spiral, and whatever happens, happens. And that's when that obsession shit gets to that fifth stage cling thing of that person wanting to wear your skin instead of just being close to you. Then you've got the whole situation too of, if you are the person that wants to let these things go, if you want to come clean about the love spells, or you want to dismiss somebody, you want to release them from that, it's just as simple as going, I'm done with this. When you release your obsession, the spell has nothing else to feed off of. Understand what is going to happen between the two of you when you do that, especially if it's a love spell that's been there for a while. That person is not going to understand why it is that their relationship is failing with you. That person is not going to be able to comprehend why it is that they have so much anger. That person is not going to be understanding of your position in that. Be aware of it. Actions have consequences. If you're going to damage people, you're going to take some damage for it. Unfortunately, that's just a rule of life that has nothing to do with metaphysics.
If you have decided for some fuck-ass reason to put a love spell on somebody, and then you have decided after tonight that you are removing it because you feel bad about it, at the very least, please make sure that that other individual has a therapist and very much has somebody to watch them for their mental health. Because it will probably get fucking bad.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are either watching this or are going to watch this and are going to be like, well, they're making a whole lot out of this. No, fuck you. We're not making a whole lot out of this. People will literally harm themselves over this shit. People will harm other people over this shit. People will make very bad decisions over this shit. Because they have no idea what's going on, no one to turn to, and no idea.
And when their brain looks like Swiss cheese because of this love spell, because it's continuously ripped inside and then pulled out and then ripped inside and pulled out, understand that that does actually fucking do something to that individual. And if you're attempting to not leave them as an entire shell of an individual, the least you can do is at least make sure that they have somebody there to take care of them and help them with their mental health.
It's a thing, y'all.
We're being very serious because the amount of times that we've had people come to us just in the past couple of years
has been abysmal. It's been awful. Like at least one every, couple months. At least. And usually 2 or 3 within, I think last year alone, we saw about 8 people multiple times for hypnotic triggers and love spells.
Because that's the thing. Not even metaphysics fixes it once. It's not a magic bullet, and we have to go back. We have to make sure that they're okay because the body can only handle so much.
More specifically, a fragile mind can only be handled so long before even the person trying to help breaks it. It's a slow and tedious process, specifically for the person going through it, but also for the person trying to fix it. It's the reason why it takes multiple people from multiple perspectives. You need the metaphysician of some kind, one you trust, to actually help out with breaking the things down, but you need that therapist, more specifically a psychiatrist, more than likely, to actually help you make sense of the mental fucking squander that's there. The quagmire, I should say, because it's literally a goddamn mess.
It's rough. And just because a spell seems easy and like it would fix your problems does not mean that it is. A lot of the nastiest shit you can do is simple as shit.
I mean, we always tell people you want something or somebody to back off. You tell them no with a period at the end of that word. It's a full sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Say the word no and mean it. It's the most potent shielding that you could ever create, is setting that intention of no in your own space. You would yell that for an SA attacker. You would yell that for someone invading your home. You would yell that for an animal that was, attempting to bite or claw or harm. You can do that with anything else. But something that simple can be done to harm people as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hence love spells. That's why they're a dime a dozen.
And I know that it is a weird season right now. There's both lots of people breaking up and lots of people getting together. Be cautious, be careful, be mindful, and think twice before you do something fucking dumb.
And here's the next thing too. Everybody thinks that love spells are just for romantic relationships. They're not. I need this boss to really like me. We're not getting the job through merit. We're not getting the job through, proper conversation and working on communication. I need this guy to love me. I need this chick to think that the sun rises and sets in my fucking underwear so I can get this promotion, get this job. Well, it really pissed my friend off. Really made them mad because I made a poor decision or I said some things. I acted the complete fool. I need them to love me again. I can't, I can't go on without my friend. I've had this person in my life for so long. I just need them to love me again. Need my neighbors to do anything for me that I need. Need them to love me enough to where, I don't even have to ask for them to come mow my lawn when I don't feel like doing it. Bring the mail to my door. Do the busy work outside. Let me have anything that I want when I ask for it. You can do some heinous shit with love spells. And it has absolutely dick all to do with romance. It never did in the first place.
Yup.
So for those of you who were like, well, I'm free. I've never, submitted to that or never committed that. A lot of you haven't. I bet some of you have, though. Be mindful of what it is that you do. Words are powerful. And love spells are like handing a grenade to a toddler. It's going to be worse on the person that casts it, but everything and everybody around them gets blown up too. It's awful, y'all. Y'all got to be understanding here.
It always makes me feel icky to talk about love spells. Like, I want to shower afterwards. No.
It's one of the reasons why I can't stand them. Is I was actually under one. I call them my 2 mistakes for a reason. My first 2 mistakes. The first one especially. You know, and everybody's always like, well, you know, Steve, that was years ago. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Sure was. But there's a reason why certain things make me break down. Why it is that when certain things are said, I lose my cool. So when I'm sitting here losing my shit and talking about love spells and how they damage people, my head is still Swiss cheese.
Same. Because also same. And like I said, anybody in the comments that wants to try to justify love spells on other people, don't fucking advise it. Especially tonight. Practices are practices, and I understand that. But if you're on our live, you're looking for our opinion. So, no. So let me tell you what. When you're literally curled up in a ball, having hypnotic triggers pulled out of you so much that you can't fucking breathe, you have a different understanding of what it fucking means to do that to somebody else.
Well, it's harmless. All I did was light a candle and, you know, said I wanted somebody to obsess over me. Yeah. Real lighthearted, ain't it? This is the reason why we don't tell you guys how to actually do these things. When we talk about certain types of spell works, certain types of movements, talking with certain types of entities. This is the reason why we don't tell you guys this shit on lives. I refuse to hand somebody a weapon that they're not equipped to use. There's a difference in learning how to do these things properly. And I'm not talking about love spells specifically. I'm talking about any of this shit. There's a difference in learning how to do this properly and for the right reasons and just wanting to know enough to be dangerous. Some people take for granted what it is that they put out into the universe because they've never had something affect them like that. Some people don't give a shit because it doesn't affect them now. Well, it's not my fucking problem. Glad that your callous indifference is really getting you farther in life.
Just talking about love spells. But have a good night.
What was it?
It was something that was brought up about hoodoo. Not all of us follow things like karmic backlash or threefold. In hoodoo, when work is justified, it's justified through spirit, not ego.
Well, of course.
Yeah. And a response was make sure it's actually justified rather than thinking it is because of ego, because spirit will spank that ass.
Truth.
Mm-hmm. And The response was, I'm on this live just to show support and you were on my feed. I'm not looking for opinions of others to justify anything that I may or may not do. Have a blessed night. Which is why I said, have a good night.
Have a good night. It is.
Mm-hmm.
You made a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Getting offended just proves ours. But the big thing here is, and this is going to be something I say, and this is a perfect example. Get the context of a situation before you blow up. This makes the second live stream in a row that we've done that there has been somebody else's drama or someone else's beef with other people that's come up, and not a fan. Keep your drama to yourself. Some people are here to talk and have fun. Some people are here to learn. You can come on and you can place your opinions in the comments. Everybody has the right to do so, but don't get shitty when someone calls you out. Your opinions are yours. Their opinions are theirs. We're all going to be adults, or you can fuck yourself.
We're talking about love spells. We haven't said dick about hoodoo.
Nope. So that was just somebody looking for a fight. Sorry. Godspeed.
Not trying to be a dick. We're just talking about love spells. If y'all have questions about hoodoo, we can talk about that another month.
Literally sitting here, and the reason why I'm getting irate over this is we're literally sitting here and talking to people about the consequences of actions and things that have happened to us. And in the comments section, this person is literally dismissing the fact that these things happen to us just because they want to shit talk or find some kind of flaw or find some kind of reason to fight. It's that kind of behavior that winds up causing this community to be seen as shitty. And I'm not talking about spirit mechanics community. I'm talking about the pagan and metaphysical community as a whole. It's the reason why no one takes us fucking seriously. Because there's always a need to justify or defend or be a problem for. Even though we turn around and look at each other and go, love and light.
That's just it. That's me. It's you got your opinion, I got mine. If we don't agree, fine. Bye.
That's it. Be an adult.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I don't have to justify myself to you, and you don't have to justify yourself to me.
I think one of the best things that I've seen recently, and this was on someone else's live, was it was literally stated by the community that you can just leave. You don't have to state the fact that you're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you are is just drawing attention to yourself. Like, ease.
Yeah. So, part of why we did this tonight was, yes, obviously it was a request from the person that won the item in the charity auction, which is a loaded fucking statement considering literally what we just discussed. But it's also to be transparent with y'all. This was a request, yes. But we didn't have to fucking tell you what we just did.
No.
Because let me tell you what, it's a very real fucking thing. It's part of the reason why we have as much compassion for those that come to us as we do.
It's the reason why we get passionate about it when we talk about it the way that we do.
It's not often that any of the three of us get irate on a fucking live.
Yeah, I might old man rant, for a chuckle, or if there's something that kind of quote unquote grinds my gears. But yeah, I lost my temper tonight. This is one of those hot button topics. This is right up there with, people mistaking their anxiety for empathy.
So, hopefully, it's been informative. Hopefully, it gave you some perspective on love spells themselves and how they can be dumb decisions, and how searching for dopamine in those dumb decisions via love spells is a bad fucking decision. Next month, next week, maybe a little lighter. Next month, calling it what it is.
Next month,
Next month will be lighter, but
next week should be a lot lighter.
yeah.
This is just it's fucking February.
Yeah.
Everybody, aside from, of course, the main events of different appreciations. Valentine's Day is the big thing, and everybody thinks a love spell around this time of year.
Mm-mm.
So why not? We have any other comments?
We can agree to disagree on things as long as both parties are good people. Good people will attract good people.
That's it. 100%.
Keep scrolling is a thing. If someone wants attention, they can look in the mirror and give it to themselves.
Savage.
Yes.
And also true.
And something that we're lightly touching on next week, actually. There's a lot of self-protection and protection for others in voodoo and hoodoo. Can it be used in the wrong way? Yes, just like love spells.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So it does appear that Jake has made the decision to run for with Gimp Bear.
Let's go. Campaigning it is. Campaigning it is.
Ending on a sort of light note.
Ending on a light note. And understand, of course, anybody that has been a part of the spirit mechanics community for any length of time, or knows us as individuals outside of spirit mechanics for any length of time, knows that we're 100% about you living your life the way that you want to live it. That you do the best that you can. You be the best that you can be, because you're meant for great things, just like everybody else. But anybody that does know spirit mechanics and does know us as individuals outside knows for a fact that when you start affecting other people's lives because of your poor decisions, I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is.
Yeah, we get... Speaking for myself, my bitch switch gets flipped real fucking quick.
So does his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yes. April with Druzy Does It. Check her page out because she's fucking dope. Got her Gimp Bear.
Yes.
Let's go. All right. All right.
Hell yes.
But seriously, guys, just take care of yourselves. Be smart about it. Don't ruin other people's lives to make yours better.
It never works out. Ever.
And as far as the comment section and the individual, the practitioner that decided to leave, we weren't talking about a practice. No. We were talking about a specific spell. And why there was a need to go to those links to cause that kind of drama in the comments, we don't understand. But if you would like to talk about it, that's more than fine. If you would like to come back, that's more than fine. But taking offense when there was nothing concerning you or your practice going on, it's a little rough.
And I don't feel like I actually need to tell y'all this, but please also leave that practitioner alone, guys. Please don't go on their page and say anything negative.
Y'all typically wouldn't anyway.
No.
We have one of the best communities in the entirety of the internet. I've always said that, and I've always meant it because you always have been. It's just making that statement so because there's not a need. There is a place, and I've said it, and that's what made that even funnier and more aggravating to me, is I had literally, right before they had their moment, actually stated that everything has a place.
Yeah. And I specifically stated that it was just love spells that we were talking about tonight.
So I'm pretty sure that there was just a need for them to pick a fight. Somebody pissed them off in a different group and, hurt the Fifis because they were in a coven before or, whatever. And they just needed people to be angry at.
Just saying that statement to not bother them because there's no reason for anybody to perpetuate the drama.
No.
So I don't think that anybody on here would. I'm just saying that for anybody that's new or anybody that, this is your first time watching us, which once again, Godspeed if it is. We're not normally like this serious.
This is a very savage topic and it gets us a little heated. But typically, no, we're nowhere near this fucking harsh or intense.
No.
I mean, fuck, 2 live streams ago, we literally had an entire live stream dedicated to Gimp Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. That's right.
It was 2 lives ago. Oh, my God.
Two lives ago, we actually had an entire live that was nothing but Gimp Bear.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
jokes and talking about Gimp Bear for president.
Uh-huh. And then the live before that, we dressed up in drag.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time's a fickle bitch, isn't it?
So it's not like we don't take, humor and everything. And we, of course, don't take ourselves seriously. We've just always told you guys, and I hope we've proven that over the years. And of course, tonight, we take what it is that we do seriously.
Yep.
But that being said, we got some cool stuff coming up for those that we didn't scare away or piss off tonight.
Fingers crossed, y'all. Woo!
Hopefully we didn't, because that's not the kind of people that we would like to be. But I'm tired of this community and especially my team being abused, shit talked, having, trouble because people don't know how to manage their own fucking childish behavior. I will 100% become that asshole to make sure that my people are safe. Don't test me. Period. But we love y'all.
We do.
We do.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We wouldn't have talked about this tonight if we didn't.
But I want you guys to really consider these things. Understand what's important in life is to live your life the best that you can live it. To find yourself so you can find other people. To be something better than you were yesterday, today. And to strive to be something better than you were today, tomorrow. There's no secret to it. There's no mystery to it other than the one that you present yourself. Life is just meant to be lived. Go have an adventure. Go experience what you need. Find connection in people in the divine. Give yourself the life you feel you deserve. And hopefully, you're going to start to feel as though you deserve something better if you're not having the life that you like.
Love you guys.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember that those that have the power to change themselves have the power to change the world around themselves. Love y'all.
Love you.